All right, it's Brian and Peter here with an emergency Diamond Digest podcast because as we speak right now, there's details coming out about a Mookie Betts trade, sending Mookie Betts and David Price to the Los Angeles Dodgers. We're seeing reports right now that it's a 3-team trade, but there have been a few different reports going on right now. Jeff Passan is out there saying that the Twins are the 3rd team in the trade. And then we got Ken Rosenthal saying that Jock Peterson will be
going to the
Angels in the trade, which could be a separate thing or
4-team or possibly.
This is nuts. Like, everything is shaking up right now. I don't even know how the Twins would be possibly involved right now. Literally all that we know is that Mookie Betts and David Price are going to LA. And that Alex Verdugo is supposed to be going to Boston. I can't imagine that somebody like Jeter Downs wouldn't also be included, but this changes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
This changes literally everything.
Yes, this definitely changes the whole landscape of the league. I mean, we can definitely both agree that the Dodgers are now the best team in baseball, pretty much regardless of what they give up.
Absolutely. I mean, no matter what they give up, Verdugo is a great player, and he's going to help the Red Sox. Mookie Betts is the 2nd best player in baseball.
Yeah.
Like, you can lose Jock, you can lose Verdugo, and getting Mookie is still everything. Plus, you get David Price.
Yeah. And, I mean, it doesn't look like they gave up Gavin Lux either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he would definitely be the headliner over Verdugo if he was, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I mean, I think so.
So, I can't.
Also, I mean, if they were willing to give up Lux, I feel like Lindor would already be on the Dodgers. So
that's a good point too. This is just. I mean, everybody just assumed that the Yankees were going to be the favorite. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they're not anymore, right? Like, they can't.
No chance. I mean, still in the American League, yeah, and then anything can happen in a 7-game series, but they're absolutely not the best team in baseball. No chance. I just like to see, like, does anything else come out of Boston out of this? Like, if there are 4 teams involved in this, is anything else coming out of Boston?
I don't know.
Because could you imagine if we have a situation where, like, the Twins end up getting Chris Sale out of this?
There's no way that they dump Sale.
I mean, they're already pretty much putting themselves out of contention. Then you just start to think, what is the haul that you could bring back with that?
What could you possibly get, like, for Chris Sale from the Twins? Like,
I mean, what's his name?
Like,
Who's
Killaroff, maybe?
Prospect?
Alex Killaroff, I think, something like that.
No, their shortstop prospect.
Royce Lewis.
Royce Lewis? Yeah,
Royce Lewis.
But
they have Bogarts.
So, yeah, good point.
Would that even make sense?
I mean, it would, because Bogarts is so bad defensively.
I mean, sure, but like the only logical place you could move him would be 3rd, and then you got Devers.
I don't know. I was thinking more along the lines of, like, that's what the Twins need, right? I mean, they get Chris Sale. Then I think you're talking about...
The Twins could possibly be the favorite in the American League.
I don't know if I'd call them the favorite, but...
I mean, I think their offense is a lot better than the Yankees' offense. I mean, of course, there could have been a lot of, like, juice ball over performances in general from that team, but, like...
They also added Donaldson, so I'm not worried about that lineup. I'm definitely just worried about the pitching. And, I mean, even with Sale... That lineup goes. The rotation is what? That would be Sale, Barrios. They kept Odorizzi.
Odorizzi, no? Yeah. He accepted the qualifying offer. Okay, and then they added Rich Hill and Homer Bailey, which is that's not an awful 4-5 at all.
I definitely like the Rich Hill addition for them.
Homer Bailey's a little bit spotty. I mean, we've seen what he can do in both good and bad ways, but man, like, we haven't had something like this happen in a long time. Where
I am refreshing my Twitter notifications every second.
The only reason I'm not is because I'm currently trying to get out our Mookie Betts to Boston article.
Yeah.
After that, I'm just gonna be sitting on Twitter just trying to figure out what's going on, because this is nuts.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a development that rivals this, because I mean, Passan tweeted out 3 tweets within 3 minutes that was like, this could be happening in the Mookie trade if it happens. This could be happening in a Mookie trade if it happens. And then all of a sudden, the floodgates just open.
Everybody's saying oh, it could maybe happen tonight, and then 30 minutes later, it's happening, and nobody's ready for this at all.
And now there's 4 teams involved in this, and it's not even like nobody says it's a 4-team trade. It's just conflicting reporters saying it's a different third team.
It was supposed to be straight up just Mookie to the Dodgers. That's it. And then now, all these other things are happening, and I actually have no idea what's happening at all.
The crazy thing to me is that Passan and Rosenthal, I think, have said that the Twins are the third team, and then Nightingale and somebody else said the Angels to the Bowtie said Angels.
Yeah,
to
Rosenthal said Peterson
Dodgers.
to the Angels.
Yeah, so and this still hasn't been resolved, so I have no clue what's going on.
This is I don't even know. This is right now I feel like this is the trade deadline, and it's the closing minutes of the trade deadline, except it's so much different than that, but just as hectic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to actually happen.
I definitely, I don't know. I felt like it was going to happen, but I guess it's because it was the Dodgers. I was just kind of hoping that it wouldn't.
That's fair, but I mean, the Dodgers have definitely not ever been too shy about making a big trade. They've got Darvish.
Yeah.
They made the other trade with the Red Sox when they got Adrian and them.
They got Machado.
So it's definitely especially with the recent ownership, that's definitely a thing that they have been prone to do.
Yeah.
But it's still Mookie Betts.
Yeah, exactly. He's only got 1 year left. It's an interesting situation for the Red Sox, because then you say well, if you knew you weren't going to pay him, you could have had a little more foresight. But last year they were coming off of a World Series title, so
yeah, and there was no reason to believe that they were going to be as bad as they were last year.
Yeah. Man, and as fun as this is right now, as well as hectic, this bodes badly for baseball, right? It has to.
I don't know. To me, I like the idea of everybody had that the pipe dream of Bryce Harper joining the Angels and him and Mike Trout playing together in the outfield.
Yeah. They got Bellinger and Mookie.
But then we got Bellinger and Mookie.
Yeah, that is going to be sweet. I'm kind of jealous that I don't live in Pacific time right now.
Yeah, I told you. Master time. Easy.
Aaron Judge is the best player left in Eastern time right now.
Yeah, and now I just get to watch Mookie and Bellinger and Rendon and Trout and Ohtani. Ohtani's probably a lower tier than them, but he's equally as fun to watch.
Yeah, and if nobody's playing that day, you can just watch Tatis, Paddock, and Machado.
Yeah, a lot of fun Western time is just seriously going for it. All these California teams, So let's see, what do we got right now? So Bob Nightingale is saying that Kenta Maeda might be on the move because of this.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
The Dodgers apparently have no intent on flipping Price, which makes sense.
Yeah, that rotation is nutty right
filthy.
Now. Yeah,
Kershaw, Buehler, Price.
I don't care. I could be the number 4. That's still filthy.
Yeah, Price is absolutely going to perform better in LA.
Kenta Maeda to the Twins just broke.
Really?
Okay, let's see. God damn it! What the? All right. My basement Wi-Fi is failing me. Right-handed pitcher Brusdar Graterol. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Brusdar Graterol?
Yes.
He's the guy that threw 102.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah,
well, he's a reliever. He's headed to the Red Sox.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a bunch of Twins guys. We follow a couple Twins guys on the DD account, and a bunch of them were huge on Graterol because not only does he throw the 102, but he's got the heavy ball, the heavy two-seamer type thing,
Right. Is he a prospect? I assume he is.
He made his debut last year, and he was just carving.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean that makes sense for the Twins. I mean, that almost feels like a Dipoto move for them to get involved in that.
Yeah, it does.
I mean they get Maeda, who's not
he's
bad.
Good.
Yeah.
And
so I definitely like, as an Indians fan, I don't like that move, but I like that move for them.
That's a good move for the Twins, like especially because there's so much like uncertainty in that rotation. Like
yeah, tons.
Burgos is fine. Odorizzi is fine, but that's the problem. They're fine as a 1-2 and not good, you know?
Yeah.
So
let's see. Maeda had a 3.95 FIP last year, 2.5 F4, 406 Sierra. So I mean that's pretty decent.
The Red Sox have to have got more than Gratterall and Verdugo. If the Dodgers only gave up Verdugo and Maeda for Price and Mookie, like I don't even. That's got to be like the biggest steal of all time.
Yeah. Okay. So Verdugo to the Red Sox is confirmed, I guess, if it wasn't already.
Yeah.
Man. So then the Angels are still the wild card here because I've just seen the one tweet about Jock Peterson and that's been it.
Yeah, and it was just so out of nowhere too.
Yeah. I just got a tweet notification, but it's from us. Man, so the reason why I said the bad for baseball thing is, I mean, now when you think about it, with a team that is generally considered to be a big market in the Red Sox, dealing Mookie, like I could probably count the amount of teams that are willing to pay a guy like that on my hand, which is bad.
I'm curious about how that's going to go in free agency,
right?
Because this is a complete bias right now because I'm an Angels fan, but like just picture this scenario. So the Angels have Trout, obviously. Joe Adell is slated to make his debut sometime in 2020, and realistically he'll have staying power, and he would play right field. So Jock is on the last year of his contract, so is Mookie Betts. You still have Justin Upton in left field, but if maybe you ship him to some rebuilding team in a salary dump, clear up some payroll space. You throw Mike Trout back in left field. You throw Joe Adell in center field. And then you go after Mookie Betts.
Man, but I don't know.
I know. It doesn't make sense.
Well, here's the thing. I would say like the Dodgers would not have done this if they're not just going to hand him an extension once he walks in the door, which I think is true anyway. But also, it doesn't look like they're giving up that much.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think he's going to get extended right away. I don't think
if Gavin Lux was getting dealt in this, they would have the extension already in place.
It would have been a sign and trade.
Yeah,
or an extended trade, I guess. That's because again, just because I'm an Angels fan, this reminds me of when we traded for Justin Upton. Because Justin Upton had a half a year left on his deal. The Tigers knew that they weren't going to bring him back. And the Angels weren't sure if they were going to be able to extend him after that 2 months. Because I think he was a waiver trade. So we didn't have that much time with him. And we gave up a number 28 prospect for him. That was he wasn't anything close to special.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in saying that, I don't actually remember who it was, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, he was good too. Upton is good, but we gave up basically nothing for him. But then we ended up extending him, so we ended up getting the real good end of that one. But if the Dodgers can turn this into a Mookie extension, then it's hard to imagine them not making the World Series for the entire first half of the decade.
Yeah, that's definitely a scenario I can see. Because then, I mean, who's the second best team in the National League right now?
I mean, maybe the Braves.
Right, and
the
Braves lost Donaldson, and they're not willing to pay anybody.
exactly. Maybe the Nats, but the Nats just lost Rendon. And
they also gave that fat deal to Strasburg, which was a good deal, but might inhibit them financially.
Yeah, but in the short term, I don't think that'll be too much of a problem because Strasburg is going to still perform like he does. But
yeah,
and then after that, like the Central isn't really a threat.
Absolutely not.
The Reds got better, but they still have pitching concerns. The Brewers got worse. They lost Grant Hall. Kane is just everybody is regressing. The Cardinals are always just going to be like around, but I don't remember them getting really that much better in the offseason.
Well, also they were in the NLCS last year. I don't think anybody in the right mind thought that they really belonged there.
Exactly. It was like everybody thought that they were going to get beat by the Braves, and in all realness, they should have. But the Braves, they had that awful first inning. But
yeah, 5-game series, anything happens, But
but there's nobody that's even close to the Dodgers right now.
No,
realistically, the Dodgers should have been in the World Series last year too.
Yeah,
there's no scenario where the Dodgers should not have been in the World Series. They obviously weren't, but they should have been.
All right, so now let me throw something at you.
Sure.
This was all a ploy, and Boston gives Mookie a 12-year deal next year in the offseason.
That would be...
I would laugh.
Has that ever happened?
In a smaller capacity. But actually, no, I wouldn't say so. Because I look at a Aroldis Chapman, but the Cubs weren't really ever planning on extending him.
On keeping him, yeah. It was literally just that was always going to be a one-and-done thing.
Yeah.
I just saw that tweet that we posted. I'm on our Twitter account, and I didn't notice that got posted.
Man, I need the Indians to just drop a Lindor extension tonight. That would make it. Or the Indians are the 5th team.
And Lindor is also getting traded to the Dodgers.
Yeah, we end up with with Lux and Chris Sale. Call it a day. Man, the reporters have gone dormant, and I still don't know what's going on with this Angels situation.
Literally all I'm seeing is Mike Petriello retweeting himself and memes.
Yeah. I must capitalize on this situation with comedy.
Once you brought it up, I kind of wanted Chris Sale to be going somewhere.
Oh, well, it's kind of boring with him on a team that doesn't have a shot anymore.
I know.
I don't want him on the Dodgers, but
I know you don't want him on the Twins either.
Send him to the Angels. That'd be interesting.
Send him to the Angels. Let's bring it.
Hell yeah.
We need an ace. I'd pay every 5th day to go watch Chris Sale right behind home plate.
Dustin May is trending.
I'm pretty sure that's just because people found out that May was not part of the deal.
Oh.
Because...
God, what magic are the Dodgers pulling on the rest of the league right now?
Dude, I don't know. It's just, they're turning into the Buffalo Bills of the 90s. They're gonna make,
I'm 16.
Okay, the Buffalo Bills made...
I know they made 4 straight Super Bowls, but
that's what I'm getting at. That happened before I was born. It was just
okay. You mean that's what the Dodgers are going to do? I thought you meant that they were some sort of front office mastermind sort of thing, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, I was born in '98. Why would I know anything about that?
Good point. Man, this is the first time I've ever used Twitter on my computer. Luis Rengifo headed to Los Angeles Dodgers for outfielder Jack Peterson. Okay. I like that for the Angels.
I can get behind
very much.
I can actually get behind that. I loved Rengifo, but there was no spot for him.
Well, there's no spot for him in the other, in on the Dodgers either. Now they have, what's that? Their 4th utility infielder. I'm confused.
Yeah, they have Turner, Turner, Seager, Lux, and Muncy.
And Kike.
And Kike. True.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, their lineup rivals anybody. Their rotation rivals anybody. And they've got crazy depth. Man. Okay, so then, is there anything else? Like, if I'm a Red Sox fan right now, I am very angry.
I would be too. I mean, John hit a deer.
Yeah. Yes, for those of you who don't know, our beloved colleague John Principe, Red Sox fan, saw the news while he was driving and killed a deer.
Promptly.
That is why he cannot join us today. Rest in peace to that deer. He got dabbed on.
And John's car. I can actually really get behind the Jock Peterson trade.
I like that for the Angels, I do.
We have Brian Goodwin, but he's still like pre-arbitration, I think. So
yeah,
he's either like pre-arbitration or he like just like hit his first year of arbitration eligibility. So like we can keep him as a fourth outfielder in the coming years. Like he'll be a good asset to have. But Peterson is just straight up better.
Yes, I agree.
He mashed righties last year, didn't he?
I'll pull up his Fangraphs right now.
I was about to do the same thing. I don't remember much about his defense, and I'm pretty sure he was awful against lefties. But Brian wasn't a
total
great defender.
WRC plus is 127, and he's got 3 WAR. We'll pull up his splits.
I'm looking at his fielding right now. So last year he had 6 DRS in left. I mean, his UZR in left was 5.2. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right field. Right field. He also had 5 DRS and a 1 UZR though.
Oh my god.
What was it against lefties?
37 WRC plus against righties, and then against lefties, a whopping 34.
So that just
so I guess that's the definition of a platoon guy, I suppose.
That he'll just probably play the larger part of a platoon, because if I remember right, Brian Goodwin was respectable enough against lefties. I might just be saying that.
But... Well, I forgot about Goodwin too, because I was just thinking Upton, Trout, and then eventually Adele, but they've got Goodwin too.
How do I see the WRC plus against lefties?
So just go to the splits tab on Fangraphs, and then just scroll down to advanced.
Oh, I see. I think.
Yeah, I'm on Goodwin's page right now. So against lefties 115, against righties 107, so pretty even.
Yeah, so Jock will definitely just take the larger part of the platoon then. But having Goodwin to just kind of do well against lefties, that's going to be pretty nice.
Yeah. I really cannot believe that nothing else is coming out about the Red Sox getting something.
I know.
So, I mean, if we're summarizing this, they got... his name escapes me.
I'm sorry, say that again.
The Red Sox, the pitcher that they got, the flamethrower.
Brusdar Graterol.
Yes, they got him, and they got Verdugo, and that's it.
If Graterol can, turn into a starter for some reason, and he just throws 98 instead of 102, then...
Yeah, I'm going to look him up, but obviously the projectability on him seems very good. But if we're just looking at this at present value, hell, if that's all it took to get Mookie Betts and David Price, I would have done that if I was the Indians. Even though I can only have him for a year, we'll win the World Series this year.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, and I'm inclined to not overreact right now because, I mean, Kyle Bloom is really respected, obviously, as like this really smart guy.
Yeah.
But just on the surface right now, because like, did they not even get any prospects besides Verdugo? If they got nothing besides Verdugo from the Dodgers, this is a loss. I don't care what happens.
Yeah, I mean, yes, obviously with Bloom there, I'm going to give Gratterall the benefit of the doubt that he's probably he'll probably turn into something pretty good. But, I mean, I don't like this for the Red Sox at all. So I just tried to pull up Baseball Savant and I went to baseball.com.
Nice.
This is the most sorry looking site I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, okay, so now until Adele gets here, the Angels lineup could look like, and I'm going to do it to my configurations because I like my lineup configurations better, where I have Shohei Ohtani leading off, Mike Trout hitting second, Anthony Rendon hitting third. Now you could put Jock Peterson hitting fourth, and then Justin Upton hitting fifth, or switch those two around.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And then once Adele gets up, he slides in wherever.
Yeah, and then Adele can get up, and then you move Jock to first base, because first base is kind of whatever. I mean, we got, Pujols and La Stella there, so, oh well. Yeah. And then you put Peterson in there, and then all of a sudden you've got one of Peterson and Upton hitting sixth, or Adele hitting sixth, then you've got, 107 WRC plus Jason Castro hitting seventh. You've got, 90 WRC plus Andrelton Simmons hitting eighth. You got 90 WRC plus hit David Fletcher hitting ninth.
Yeah.
Or Tommy La Stella if you played him instead of Fletcher, which you shouldn't, but you could.
Well, you could play La Stella instead of Pujols in theory. Right?
Well, I'm saying once Adele comes up, he should be in right field, and then you move Jock over to first base, and then I guess DH would open up for Pujols or La Stella if Ohtani was pitching or had his day off before or after a start. So there's no easy outs in the Angels lineup. Their lineup just got better.
Yeah.
Somehow.
But also, how is Upton in the field?
He's the one guy that I have wanted to use the eye test for more than actual analytics because he grades out as a relatively decent defensive left fielder.
Right.
But watching him every day, it seems like there's no way that he should be that. He just gets really bad reads on balls, but it seems like it happens a lot.
Okay, yeah. So then what I was going to say is then you just, if Jack had 5.2 UZR in the outfield this year, you just put him in left and then move up into first base.
See, I wanted them to do that before they even got Jock. And that makes all the sense in the world to me now. So let's see. Last year, Upton in left field had, oh my goodness, in 461 innings last year, Justin Upton had negative 13 DRS and negative 5.2 UZR.
Oh my God.
See, in 2018, he had 0 DRS and negative 0.6 UZR. And then in 2017, he had 8 DRS and a 3.4 UZR. So I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that the fact that he got hurt really early on and was never super healthy seriously inhibited his range.
Yeah.
But when Jock Peterson is just a legitimately good left fielder, I can't see any reason why the Angels wouldn't try to teach him first base. But of course, that might just be something that makes sense to us and isn't necessarily a thought for them.
That's true.
Because, I mean, I feel like we tend to have those ideas. It just, seems like something that would work, but in reality, it doesn't.
Yeah. I hope, I'm not watching it, but I hope Trump drops something about this during the State of the Union right now. By the way, I would like to inform the people of the United States that Mookie Betts and David Price have been traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers. At Ken Rosenthal had it first.
I thought Passan had it first.
Oh, I don't know. I was just making that up.
Fake news. Oh my gosh, Foolish Baseball just posted something and it actually just threw me off for a second. Tough to keep track of, but so far it looks like Red Sox receive Gratterall Verdugo, Dodgers receive Betts, Price, plus cash, Rengifo in all caps. Twins receive Maeda. Angels receive Peterson. Pirates receive Archer. Rays receive Meadows, Glasnow, Baz.
New Ken tweet. I don't care about your column. Give me more news.
Oh, there we go. He put he just retweeted it, or he deleted it and then reposted it, but then he put Rengifo in regular font sizes now.
To everyone listening, you can read Diamond Digest breakdown of this trade for free.
Yeah, don't pay for that athletic stuff. We'll give you probably shorter analysis and for no cost. Because my name isn't Ken Rosenthal.
Yeah. None of us are... I mean, he's got to be, what, like 5'4", and we don't wear bow ties.
I mean, I wear a bow tie occasionally. If somebody, has me at gunpoint and tells me to.
Yeah, I suppose given that situation, I would probably also wear a bow tie.
I didn't really know where to go with that once I started, so that was the direction I took it.
All right. That's cool.
Well, what was the Ken tweet?
It was just column. I said that.
Sorry.
You're fine.
So if you look at pitching,
Cody Bellinger's trading. Whoa. Must be going to the Red Sox.
The Rockies just posted a thing. It's like a combo Royals, or it's a combo Rockies Orioles mega gift pack. Not the dime Rockies.
Jeff Briddick probably offered that for Mookie.
not having.
He definitely was like. He definitely thought they were going to say yes to that. That's when he said they were going to win 94 games.
Not having an actual understanding of how WAR works, he offered the hat with the Orioles logo and crabs all over it and said that hat would be worth 4 WAR next year.
Jeff Briddick offers weapons of mass destruction, not understanding what war means, in exchange for Mookie Betts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, so it looks like this is over. So
I think so.
I pray for the additional deer that John may encounter on his trek. Because this is not looking good for Boston.
This is really not looking good for Boston at all. And I mean, this probably isn't going to go up until tomorrow anyways, or I guess today when you'll be listening to this. So I mean, we'll keep you guys updated, obviously, as more information comes in. But as of now, it looks like the Dodgers have put in a very early bid for steal of the decade.
Yes.
This has been Brian and Peter for an emergency Diamond Digest podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and we're praying for you Red Sox fans.